Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulJournalistMan and I have good news. Happy is unbanned and he's willing to play on Warcraft 3 Champions and he is playing versus Blade, so he decided to give us the best Warcraft experience. But this story is not over because we have some new developments. But first, big thank you to you. Like, I got confetti from YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, in the program, not in real life confetti, but I do prefer online confetti because I'm a gamer, of course. But look, thank you everyone who clicked and watched at least some part of my video. And as we can see on Back to Warcraft channel, Back to Warcraft YouTube, also this subject is very popular because it's important thing about Happy, the best player ever. And ladies and gentlemen, let's look how drama is developing, because yesterday after the ban, some influencers, SaulJournalistMan, Mr. Neo, we and community was talking about this, and we are waiting. What is Happy going to do after he gets unbanned? Is he going to still play a fool, and he will not try? But no, ladies and gentlemen, Happy said, okay, I don't want to break the rules, I don't want to deal with it, I'm going to give you good Warcraft. And ladies and gentlemen, after 2 years of waiting, we got the game Happy versus Blade / Unique. If you remember from the previous video, Happy was refusing to play versus this particular player for 2 years. He was just insta-living versus him. But now, because of the Warcraft Champions moderation team willing to enforce the rules, he's playing. And ladies and gentlemen, they played 2 games so far, and I'm keeping an eye on it. And Happy is just playing the best Warcraft he can, so he won the first game, but second game was quite interesting. And let's judge together if he was trying as hard as he could. And it's quite funny to try to judge how happy, if Happy is throwing a little bit, but he had very high APM, he was trying really hard. I think Mr. Blake got some nice items, but let's judge yourself. Welcome to Last Refuge replay of second game of Happy versus Blade / Unique. And as we can see on the top right, we have Happy playing as Undead, of course, opening with ghouls. And on the bottom left is Mr. Unique. On last, if you remember what Happy was doing, that was like obvious to everyone that he doesn't want to try it. First of all, his APM was very low at him. As we can see now, Happy almost at 500 APM. And if he doesn't try, he has like 70 APM. If his fags expanding and not trying, he's like 100. So that's good. Second of all, he was doing some silly strategies like making a tavern hero or something like that, pushing his opponent while taking and just leaving. So in this game, trust me, I think he was trying, and because of this enforcement of the rules, even if it's risky, we got this game, and I think it's a good competitive Warcraft 3. But let's not go ahead. So as we can see on the bottom left, it's going to be Footpan Opener with Archmage, quite standard. And what kind of hero Happy is going to make? And it's going to be Criplord, so standard choice for both players. Let's talk a little bit about Last Refuge. What is interesting about Last Refuge in this matchup? The most important part, of course, Mercamp. Because Archmage can summon water elementals, so the Merc that you can hire, Troll, Forest Priest, or something like that, he has access to Dispel, right? So he's like dealing 200 damage to the summoned units or something like that. So buying Mercs often is a quite nice early game strategy versus summon. So on higher level, usually both players are going to creep the Mercamp. What is also important, if you pull the Golem right, and Golem will go far away, will turn back, and we will try to go back into his Mercamp starting location. Then, if you attack him on the way back, then he will basically bug, and he won't use any spells. And I think this is what Happy is going to do. He's going to pull the Golem with his Ghoul. Yes, so now he needs to be paid, because you can only attack after Golem will start coming back, not earlier. I mean the Golem, you can attack the Troll, no problem here. And as we can see, Happy already acquired the Troll. Forest Troll Shadow Priest, that's the name of this sneaky guy. So Criplord summoning some summons, and on the bottom right we have exactly the same strategy by Mr. Blade / Unique. And he even was able to save his water elemental to maximize a little bit the damage output, and it got killed immediately, but he probably doesn't want to spawn another water elemental. Not a big deal here, so they are both creeping. They are both creeping, nothing special is really happening, and I think this game is looking so far so good, very competitive. So now the deal is that they are going to creep expansion spots, and then we will see if they're going to play offensive or defensively, because in Human versus Undead you can see so many early game aggression. As you can see, there is clock on the top, on the top middle of the screen, and sometimes they stay tier 1 until like minute 7, because they fight so hard in the early game. They're killing so many workers, peasants, acolytes, ghouls, that they need to produce workers constantly. Happy scouting with the beetle, and what is decision by Mr. Happy? He's pulling ghoul from his main base to already start dealing some damage, while he's creeping with the rest of his army, and it's quite similar for Mr. Blade. He's going to play in a defensive position. Level 3 for Clear Plot. Items, not that good. Boot of Quel'Thalas, but in Archmage inventory we have Boots of Quel'Thalas as well. Some Haras with 3 ghouls, but look, Blade is already in position. A Troll dispelled 1 beetle, and basically those ghouls were able to kill 1 peasant, but that's it. And the damage from water elementals on level 2 is like quite significant. But I think Happy is trying 370 APM, and remember, in the first game he was playing for real, so I think it's just a normal stuff. What is happening here? And look, Happy was able to steal mercs from Mr. Blade. Nice impale connecting with the Footman. Happy is expanding as well. So far it looks quite even for both players, and maybe this amazing merc steal is very good for Happy. Blade grabbed 1 more camp, so he got level 4 faster than Happy. Okay, this impale to kill some militia, and Happy is microing his mercs just fine. Templar needs to be careful, because it's Happy sold the TP in the early game to afford a better start. And as we can see, expansion is going up. Happy is not producing acolytes, but he spent a lot on mercs, and of course he's very busy microing here. And look at this micro from Mr. Blade. So many red HP Footman here. Archenvolt on the way. And Happy is is trying to go back, body blocking. A Troll Priest got picked up, but 2 Troll Berserker were saved. Happy has Tomb of Relics, so he can start healing quite soon. Another Troll Priest got acquired, and this expansion is mining, but Happy was not producing acolytes. Sometimes it can happen, like I was watching this game with my Twitch chat live, and the idea from like high MMR undeads were that when you fight that much, when you spend a lot on mercs, usually you wait with your acolyte production. And you know, it's like a small delay, and he's making them now. Of course, we cannot get crazy, guys. We cannot like basically think that every single Happy mistake is is planned in advance. I don't think so. I think that he's really trying, but only Happy knows. And getting statement from Happy, I need to be a much bigger YouTuber to get into position like that. Okay, expansion from Mr. Blade is mining. Happy is getting some acolytes, but very nice position actually by Archmage. Now I'm thinking about this. Archmage is blocking acolyte path, you know, so Happy cannot mine at this moment. And he's going to force a TP. And can these Troll Berserkers survive? Blade is not going to go for him, and actually that was very good, ladies and gentlemen. There will be 5 acolytes soon. Happy can start attacking, and now he's even sending the ghouls. Man, he's playing for real. That's my vibe, he's playing for real here. He's creeping, he'll get level 4 soon. But Blade is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to creep the shop of, and look how many footmen he's making. He has, after all of these exchanges, he has 10 footman, 20 supply in the footman, oh my god. And his Archmage was attacked and it's not healing, so he needs to press another scroll of regeneration. I think yes, he did that. There is a start of the day, so he can buy a TP. And Happy is in a good defensive position. 7 supply lead for Mr. Blade is not that much. Happy is trying to lame here, but Orc Mauler is here protecting the Expo. And how much damage can Blade deal here? Let's see. Happy is kiting a little bit. And Blade is going to do some economical damage. Necropolis is on the way, and Scroll of the Beast, oh my god, he needs to commit now. And can all of those footmen kill the Haunted Goldmine? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. And what Happy is going to do about this? Happy is going to try to force the TP, level 5, and can Happy surround? Very nice surround, ladies and gentlemen. Impale surround. TP forced. But what's next, ladies and gentlemen? Look at those footmen. They are all buffed with the Scroll of the Beast, and they are just clicking on the Haunted Goldmine. Oh my god, we have 2 Acolytes ready to repair, but is it enough? There is not enough mana for a defensive impale. Happy is trying to kill as many footmen as he can. The Scroll of the Beast effect is gone, but damage output is enough to cancel Happy expansion. Oh no, this is not looking good, guys. Even though early game was decent, this Scroll of the Beast plus a lot of footman combination was good enough. And look, Archmage is level 5. Look at those huge water elementals. 825 health. Expanding here is not an option. They are going to destroy expansion under construction. Crippler needs to be careful. And in this situation, as we can see, Happy is not going for Impale on level 5, he's going for bigger beetles. Because he needs to react, he needs to somehow fight those huge water elementals. He's trying to micro back his valuable units. Can he surround the Archmage? Little bit too late. And look at those water elementals, that's nasty, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to go back, probably to start healing. He doesn't have enough to surround. Maybe he's trying to get a surround, but 3 water elementals, oh my god, they are so big. And I think, yes, Happy is sticking with 1 base, ladies and gentlemen. Can he do something with 1 base? Remember, human with superior economy. So yes, this expansion is not going up. Happy has no units. It's 30 supply versus 41, but the issue here is that human is mining from 2 bases. Happy is mortal after all, ladies and gentlemen. But I really think that he's trying hard in this game. I think he was caught by surprise that Blade made so many footmen in this game, and with Scroll of the Beast on the top of that. And Happy doesn't have much experience versus Blade because he was trying to avoid him for 2 years. And now I think Happy will know the play style of Mr. Blade. And I'm very excited to see what they are going to, if they are going to play tomorrow. I hope so. Insta surround on a huge water elemental. It's dying quite quickly to Carrion Beetles level 3. Human is fighting, and another TP will be forced, right? There is no Staff of Telly, there is no like invul. So TP number 3 forced, but it was worth it for the human because he's mining. No problem here. But as we can see, guys, Happy is trying. Even though the situation looks bad, he's trying, ladies and gentlemen, but this army is so small. And Mr. Blade, look at him. He's having time of his life. Double Arcane Sanctum, that's quite rare, maybe to counter a Crypt Lord. He wants to have access to Dispel. Maybe he knows that he's like in a good position, and with Dispel it will be easier to like not make like big mistake during important push, because like a huge, I mean, one of like big part of Happy army is basically are those beetles. Are those beetles, guys? This is a big part of Happy army. Okay, so yes, Happy is creeping. Happy is waiting for tier 3 power spike, meaning he needs to wait until Leech is out. He needs to buy Orb of Corruption, more destroyers, and then push. Because what else can happen? Nothing. Okay, Scroll of the Beast for Happy, but the situation doesn't look that great. Almost 20 supply lead. Level 3 on DK, that's okay. We have Orb of Fire on Archmage, so Blade is getting ready. And Dispel. Of course, Dispel is very important because, as I said, Happy is going to commit a lot into Beetles, as we can see. Lich is waiting to acquire Orb of Corruption, and yes, when you are on one base, you have problems with your gold currency. Is Happy going to pull the ghouls? I think so, because all hands on board. Ghoul Frenzy is almost online. Yes, Happy is pulling the ghouls. Orb of Corruption was acquired, and ladies and gentlemen, big fight is coming. Where is Blade? Blade is just creeping the red camp. He's so ahead. 20 supply, 22 supply to be exact, and 1 Arcane Tower. Okay, so, and look, no. Lich in dangerous position. Happy wasn't looking. Happy was focusing on this micro aspect, and Lich just got killed immediately. And without Lich, without this power spike, what he can do? Nothing, probably. Impale to start the fight, but can he sustain his gyros? A coil to save Destroyer. Criplord, there is a problem with Criplord. There is no TP, there is no invul. And coil, but he got surrounded, and Criplord goes down, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. And Happy says, okay, this time you win. And ladies and gentlemen, let's see what future will bring. And stay with me for more exciting news about this situation. Was Happy playing for real in this game? I think so, but let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? Definitely he was trying, in my opinion, but is this situation over? Is like now we are going to live in a perfect world where every Warcraft 3 player is trying to play very hard? Let's see about that. First of all, what the future will bring. If Happy will continue just playing his best, I think there is a strong possibility that he's going to break a MMR record. And as we can see, for him, is like 2,800 something on his 3 or even 4 accounts, but he never ever been in 2,900 MMR, and this is a like amazing tool created by Mr. Longjacket, who is like a viewer of mine and very talented developer. Of course, there is a Pten tool as well to test those stuffs, links in description. But my point is that, as we can see in this season, on this account, he left 14 times, right? And when you have a very, very high MMR, for example, like versus Blade, right? So when your opponent has similar MMR as you when you win versus him, and you gain like 10, 11 MMR. When you lose like 10 MMR, like when you're playing versus someone from your similar MMR, right? But if you are playing versus someone with like much lower MMR, like Mr. LeMay is like, I don't know, 500 MMR lower or something like that, than Happy is, then Happy is just gaining 1 MMR, right? And his opponent is losing 1. But if Happy would lose this game, right, then he will lose like I don't know, 16 MMR points, right? So I'm just not I'm pointing out that it's possible, but it's not guaranteed that Happy will break the MMR record, because if he's going to try for real, then he can do it. So I'm going to follow his journey, and I hope that we are going to see 3,000 MMR first time in Warcraft 3 Champions history. But this is not over, guys. Today I was following Mr. Happy Adventure on ladder, and I saw that Happy was behaving very nicely. He was obeying the rules written by Warcraft 3 Champions, but some of his opponents were leaving versus him. For example, Mr. Limay, the Night Elf here, he has like a long history of living versus Happy on ladder, and he's doing like, it's all the time basically, as we can see, he's living like 1 minute, 15 seconds. He's basically, sometimes he's like hiding his tree of life. So basically this is the behavior that Happy was banned for. And I don't know why, but I decided to report this, because like, maybe Happy will see that like opponents are still living versus him, and maybe he will decide to come back into his old habits. And I'm not saying that he should follow the rules, like, for sure, because, I have my own opinions, but, like, it's kind of not logical, in my opinion. Like, Happy will be banned for it, and his opponent won't, right? So I decided, to report Mr. LeMay. And today was a little bit crazy day on Warcraft 3 Champions Discord, because, like, I don't know, it's because of my stream, but in general, this situation is quite big in the Warcraft 3 community. So, when some other viewers like me saw that, I don't know, like, high MMR players were leaving, ladder manipulating in solo, like, literally Moon was reported, the OG Moon, because he left at start versus someone. And as we can see, we have a lot of reports like that with my LeMay report. And to my surprise, ladies and gentlemen, all of them was denied. And I was a little bit curious about this, but we got a message from a Warcraft 3 moderator, Mr. Dieseldog, who said, "Can the same people who keep spamming reports on ladder manipulation please stop? You are not one of the players, and the report will not be taken seriously." And okay, so maybe that's their rule, but I have a question here. The guy who needs to report is the same guy who is being fed MMR, right? So let's see at Mr. Blade. In the past, Happy was feeding Blade MMR over and over again. He was refusing to play versus him. And Blade was getting higher ranking, more MMR because of this, higher spot in the ranking, right? So, and it's about every player. So if the victim of being fed MMR needs to report this, like, of course, there can be some players that will say that, yes, ladder integrity is more important than me being fed MMR, but is it really a good system? I'm just curious here, because I would understand if, like, I don't know, if they just remove this rule and ladder manipulation like that would be allowed. Maybe not in some like crazy situation when we have like one guy leaving 15 games to play one or something like that. But, I was a little bit surprised, especially when the moderator team on Warcraft 3 Champions is showing that, let's quote, "this behavior disrupts the ladder's integrity, creating an unfair and unpleasant experience for others," right? So, like, I don't think so that, like, community is trolling here. I think that, like, viewers said, okay, Warcraft 3 Champions, moderator team, you want to enforce this rule. Okay, those are examples of players that are living at start. For example, as we can see with Mr. LeMay, there is a clear history of living versus Happy. Of course, Warcraft 3 Champions may have some tools to determine, was it like joint bug or something like that. But as we can see, this is a clear history. LeMay is refusing to play versus Happy. So it's the same situation as Happy versus Blade. And the only difference is that Happy did not report it. It was SaulApeMan. So the ladder integrity is violated by this behavior. But according to this other rule, we cannot do anything about this. And can Warcraft 3 Champions moderator team can do something about this? I don't know. We will see, because SaulJournalistMan has asked this question on Warcraft 3 Champions Discord in report comments. And ladies and gentlemen, I will bring you the hot news when we got a response and maybe statements from other community members. But in my opinion, if you are going to enforce the rule, you cannot say, okay, until Happy will start reporting LeMay, we cannot do anything about this. We have hands tied. So it's like, so okay, let's say I'm a Saul Goodman, Mr. Happy lawyer, okay? So I would say to Mr. Happy, Happy, is Blade really going to report you? I don't think so. He's not even active on Warcraft 3 Champions Discord. Happy, you can start living versus him again. You can do it for years if he's not willing to report you, because if someone else is going to point it out, those reports are not going to be taken seriously. So those two rules are a little bit in the conflict, in my opinion, and I'm really, really curious what we are going to see in the future. Let me know, guys, in the comments. What is your take? Should rules like that be in work? Myself, I was very vocal about just remove those rules, guys. Like ladder manipulation, they're very good players. If you don't want to play versus each other, so be it. Like ladder is quite small. But Happy showed the willingness of playing versus Blade after the ban, so maybe there is hope. So don't destroy this entire process, but not taking reports seriously. That's my take, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know again in the comments. Thank you for watching, and more information from SaulApeMan coming soon. Bye bye, guys. Thank you.